anyone up that would like to share a thought or memory of Terri at this point. So everyone is invited to speak that would like to. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to get through this. She's not only was she a wonderful wife, mother, and she was also my sister. And there is a couple things that I'm not sure that everybody knows about Terri. When I was a little girl, she was my whole world. I mean, I chose staying with her over my mother when it came time to leave. And I cried and cried and cried and held on to her legs because I just didn't want to leave her. And I spent a lot of time with my sister when I was young. A lot of years. She was an amazing storyteller, yes. But I don't know how many people know that she used to write novels. She used to write short stories. You know, the love stories that she always used to read some. She used to write them, and they were good. They were good enough to be published, but I could never convince her to do it. She also had a mean streak there. You know, as good intention as it was, you know, of course I was sticking my tongue out at her all the time, so it's like she was chasing me around with the solution. She taught me a lot. She taught me many lessons about the kind of mother I want to be. The kind of person I want to be. And she changed so many lives. Especially my children's, and for that I would be ever in debt. I mean, her husband used to call her Killer. Remember that song? She was all bark and lemon, you know, she was all bark and bite. She was the sweetest woman.
Me? Will you do this part for me? Hopefully. Okay, my name is Aaron. Nobody really knows me except for a few. However, I'm a great friend of the family. So to give a backdrop, I know Summer from like 5 years ago. We're both recruiters. We met, we were almost unlikely friends. However, we tricked everybody and ended up like that close. So during the course of this friendship, I got to know Mike, got to know Andrew, Kayla, pretty much everybody. And we, yeah, just kind of random, but I felt like that close. I knew Terri, pretty much. Terri was always kind of having some kind of issues or whatever it was, nothing like major, but we would always end with a hug or however. So I thought it was great. I'm like, Summer had to kind of do these things with her mom, and so I'd go over, she'd pick up Summer, because Summer and I would have like a couple little parties once in a while, and she'd need to be picked up.
Shut up!
Okay, I'll keep that part.
Shut up!
Anyway, knowing Terri and some of the stuff that we'd go over, she would always want to like listen in on the conversation that Summer and I would be having, so it was a lot of this. You know, just kind of like, no, she did. She had an ear. So, a couple of months ago, Summer came over to my house, and we're recruiters and we're working together, and we were going to hang out that night. And she said, hey, listen, I need to go give something to my mom. I need to meet my mom on 7th Eve. She's got her friends with her. They're going to do this stuff. So, we drive down there. She's like, do you want to come? I'm like, absolutely, I'll go. I haven't seen your mom for a long time. So we go down on 7th East and we go into the McDonald's parking lot. And she's there in this blazing red car with her 2 friends. And so these 3 women are standing outside the car, and I'm kind of confused. What, like, is this a shady deal or something like, going on? I didn't know. She comes up to me and hugs me. I don't even know who she is. She had this black sport coat with glasses. Aaron, oh, so good to see you. And I'm looking at Summer. It's me, Terri. And so after that, I coined her Olivia Newton-John because she was absolutely insanely a rock star. Like, I didn't even recognize her. Like the pictures that you've got, I didn't even see that before. Ratted hair, lipstick, glasses. I mean, I'm like, so we do whatever it is. Summer, I don't know what you gave her, but they leave, bolting out of the parking lot.
It was a drug deal.
3 girls.
Hello. It was a drug deal. They were B's tickets. They were B's tickets, thank you.
I know you're feeling in pain. No, I don't. So I get in the van with Summer and we're heading on our way back. And I'm like, Summer, who the hell was that? That was not her. What the heck happened? So this chick, who I didn't coin Summer's mom anymore, I coined her Summer's chick because this chick was absolutely insanely partying, having such a fun time, where I'm like that too, so it inspired me and I wanted to go out that night even more because those 3 were just like tearing it up.
We went
So,
to a baseball game.
after
Diana's like, wait a minute. It was a baseball game, people. It was a baseball game.
it was funny. She was a rock star, so I kept calling her Olivia all of the time. I think she joked about it too. Like, oh really, I'm Olivia? You know, thought that was funny, and we talked. Then she added me on Facebook, and she's got that awesome rock star picture again. This was a girl that I didn't see. And you know, we all kind of avoid, you know, want to have fun and stuff, and we don't want to, I think she hid a lot of, like, I don't want what's going on in my life to happen this way. I don't want my kids to endure this. I want my kids not to look at me like somebody who's having such a hard time. So, it continues, you know, knowing her, Facebooking her back and forth, and then when this event happened for her, this wonderful passing, I think, also, she avoided having, you know, any more pain. Like, I'm happy that she got to be with those wild friends again.
You, man, you.
I was gonna say, you're in the
You.
hot spot.
Yeah, wonderful. But here's what I have to say about her. I like her a lot. We've always ended off with a hug, and I hope when I'm there hanging out with her that I get backstage passes to that freaking rock concert because that girl was out of control. So anyway, I love the family. Thanks for inviting me in, for being, you know, just a close friend of the family. But yeah, fantastic, you guys. So that's what I have to say. Then I'm out.
Derek's older sister. Hmm? Adam's dad. Mom. Adam's dad.
Hey, can I have another sip of that? I'm a little bit parched. This is going on YouTube, by the way. So.
I'm Diana. I'm Terry's crazy cousin. We did go to the Bees game, and we rocked it out. We had a great time. Everywhere we went, we had a good time. Terry and I grew up together, both come from dysfunctional families, alcoholism, and it takes all the kids got a different avenue. Everybody goes through it their own way. But Terry and I, even though we were different, we were very much the same, and we were close. We were just so inseparable. We were inseparable. You know, she met Russ, and I really didn't have a problem with that because I still had Summer and Adam as far as I was concerned. I didn't know that they were going to all move away, you know, but all I wanted for her was to be happy, find that soulmate that she did find in Russ. After Russ passed away, Terry and I got back in touch with each other about a year ago and working on a friendship and a familyship again. And I'm glad that I was able to spend some of the time with her this last year that we've been able to. It's something I waited 30 years to happen, and it did. And I'm so sorry that I only got another year, but I would take that over nothing any day. She's got beautiful children. She loves them oh so much. She's so proud of you kids, and you know that. I know that. I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know, but Dad, maybe you should hear it. You know, she loved you kids so much, your grandkids. When we were together, that's all she talked about. When we were trying to go places, it was one last kiss, one last time. Come on, let's go. We've got, okay, but just one more thing. I got to tell him one more thing. I got to have one more kiss. I got to have one more hug. That was so important to her. When we were at Country Explosions, she was the girl that was going to walk away that weekend with a cowboy. There's no doubt in my mind.
The hell you say? The hell you say?
That's what Russell said. And he said that ain't happening.
No.
And he got her back again. But that's where her heart is. That's her soul. He was not going to, oh no, Russell was not going to have that. And she would have been the one out of all of us that came out with 2 or 3 cowboys following behind her because that's who she was. She's beautiful. She was beautiful inside and out, and it just, she radiated. I was so fortunate.
Cowboys' life, it didn't matter. They were all following after.
Well, we were at a country event and full of cowboys, and she would have had them. She would have had them. There's no doubt. And I think about that. It makes me smile. Russ wasn't going to have it. I would have been surprised if he had. But again, I'm so grateful that I've been able to meet her kids and her grandkids, and I love Bella so much. She's just a beautiful girl. Thank you for having me, Summer. Thank you for having me here.
Oh, great. Drink down. Just kidding. I didn't. It's a joke.
Look what courage.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, I think I can do this. So I want to leave you guys with a story that I don't think many of you know. The last few years of my mom's life she was in a lot of pain, a lot of medical pain. I want to leave you guys, and my siblings might remember this, but the killer story, the one that followed my mom her whole life. Russell and his friends would, they were a little crazy. They had their little motorcycles. They go to bars. Mom was okay with it. Everything was fine. But one night, bar closed at 2. Russell didn't come home till 5:30, and he face planted it on a gravel driveway that we had in our old house. And my mom left him out there, and he's yelling for her, and he's like, "Terry, I need help! I need help!" And she's like, "The bar's closed at 2 o'clock. Where the hell have you been, asshole?" And she's yelling at him through the front room, and Adam and I were young, and I was like, "God, what's going on?" And all I heard was, "Mom, maybe you should come home on time. Maybe you should come home on time." So she left him there in the driveway, and then he was like, "What am I supposed to do, sleep here?" So she threw his pillow and a change of clothes out on the driveway to him and left him there all night long. And for the rest of Russell's time out, he always came home on time.
Nice job.
And that's where the killer story came from. My mom had a lot of issues. God, this sucks. But she was so miserable. She was not the invalid that she ended up being. That just wasn't her personality. And as much as this sucks, I would rather you guys walk away with the killer story than you would the Terry's having a hard time getting out of the house story, because that was not my mom.
Great. That's awesome. No, no, you guys are fine.
So when I came here today, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to speak. And I'm
If I can do it, you can do it. Come on.
I wasn't sure I was going to be able to either. That's
I
what
think most of you know who I am, but I'm Terry's daughter-in-law, Adam's wife for 14 years. And I'm not going to stand up here and say how great she was, or this or that, like people typically do. Because you all know that. You know who she was to you. And I was born into a small family. One mom, one dad, one brother. And when I met Adam, I was blessed with so much more. With all of you. With 5 more brothers and sisters. And all their children. And miraculously today, all but one of them are here. If there's one thing I knew about Terri, it was that her children and her grandchildren were her life. Period. The end. All she wanted was for you guys to be happy and together. It's sad that it took this to bring it together, but we're here.
Nice.
And I love all of you guys, and I know she's happy. I know she's up there with Gus, and I know she's up there with her mom, and I know she's smiling that everybody's together. So anyway, I love you guys.
Nice job.